about cars and things, about being a star and things. I thought that I would outgrow this feeling. It seems my dream won't go away, so it's more like...
Hello, welcome, Devil Sniper here, and today we're bringing you episode number 20 of our career mode with Frankfurt. Now, before we get into the actual episode, just to let you know, I'm actually away on holiday, so I probably won't reply to your comments because I'm actually on holiday. So everything has been pre-recorded, hence the transfers have been pre-recorded. I do apologise, but trying to speed the season through to get to this point and then do everything before I go away on holiday just wouldn't happen. That means I probably wouldn't have been able to get episodes up. So I had to take a risk, and I've made a few transfers by myself. But to be fair though, I've been true to my word. I've listened to the comments from going back into the beginning of the season. Season number 1, of course, we're starting season number 2, and I've taken on a few players, and I've also put in a couple of players that I'd just like to have a look at and see if we can construct a deal. Hopefully, you never know. But did you see the goal scoring stats for Raul Jimenez? What an absolute beast! He has had an amazing season. He is, at this moment in time, I can easily say he's the best player in career mode. I hold as much adulation to him as I do for Filippo Bonaperti. That's how high I rate him. FIFA 13, it was all about Filippo Bonaperti and Gabs for me personally. And of course, you know, Eduardo, Roca, you know, the Tank, Butland. So many players in that West Ham career mode that I loved and adored. But I tell you what, Jimenez is right up there for me on FIFA 14. He holds the same adulation. I love him. Absolutely love him. As you can see, Obzipka's managed to pull a muscle, but he's only out for a little while, so it's nothing to worry about. Now, EuroLeague objective, we basically have got to get to the final. This whole season is going to be about winning the EuroLeague, and I want to try and retain the cup, and I think we can just about hold on to the European slot for the league position. So that's what I'm gearing myself towards. It's towards the European Cup final or the EuroLeague Cup final, and towards retaining the German Cup. That's my two ambitions this season and season 2, and obviously hopefully reaching the top 6 in the league. It's going to be hard to balance the books and rotate the squad, but it's a challenge that I'm looking forward to, and hopefully you guys are going to look forward to joining me on this adventure, because it's going to be an adventure. It's always an adventure for me because I'm actually quite bad at FIFA. Anyway, Porto come in with a despicable offer for my boy Jimenez. It doesn't matter how much you offer me. There isn't a sum of money that would... Okay, that's a bit of a lie. If you gave me 100 million euros, I would seriously consider selling him. Make it 125 million euros and I probably would sell him. Anything less than that, he's not going. I'm not going to give away our best player, our goal-scoring machine, Mr. Ice Cool, the Ice Cool finisher, the god that is Raul Jimenez. I'm just not going to do it. It would be ludicrous. It would destroy this career mode, and it would destroy the smile on my face every time that boy scores, because he scores me such an array of goals. It's unbelievable. And the same goes with Trappy. You know, I love Trapp. I think he's a fantastic goalkeeper. I do, however, think that Darlow's slightly better, and it's quite funny that they're both similar age, and Darlow's really, well, like the rating difference between the two, and I like the lower rated, which is Darlow, but he pulls off Superman saves. Regardless, I wouldn't let Trappy go anyway. It'd be that simple. There is no way Trappy's leaving Frankfurt. There's no way Raul Jimenez is leaving Frankfurt. It's just a no-go situation. As you can see, I get really tired and frustrated of all the offers, so I issue a hands off. Hands off to every club in the world. Leave my boys alone. They're mine. They are mine. So, Simone Zaza. He came in. I was really excited to invest in him. You know, he did cost a pretty penny. We paid over 5.5 million euros for him, which is a lot of money, to be fair. I think it's about 5.5 million. It's well over 5 million euros, which is a lot of money to invest in a player. And to be honest with you, he hasn't lived up to my expectations. He hasn't been the player I thought he was. And I've got to say, in his first season, or first half season, I was very disappointed. So I was willing to listen to offers. Hence, as soon as offer, I did go back and they basically said, no, you're evaluating him too high. But that's only because I wanted to get my money back and make a little bit of profit, to be fair. So that's why I went a little bit high. QPR coming for Bastian Obzipka. And the answer is, get the freaking hell out of town. You're not touching my boy. He's mine. He's mine. Obzipka is mine. End of story. Anyway, Obzipka is now ready to come back to the team, which is fantastic. and we're going to have a look at some of the targets. Now, Andrew Farrell was recommended right at the beginning of season number 1 as a player that's never really picked up in career modes and probably underrated in real life. And I had a look at him, I looked at his statistics, and I was like, wow, that guy has got some nice statistics. He could really do me a job, and he's versatile with the fact that he can play right back and centre back. Now, my dirty little secret for this, I think it sticks out a country mile, but Wijnaldum, oh my gosh, I don't even know if I pronounced that correctly, but I think it's Wijnaldum. The Dutch lad is just a revelation. I love him. I absolutely love him to bits. I think he's a fantastic player and a player I would really love to bring to Frankfurt. I think he could just sit in that cam position and dominate for the season. He would score me so many goals because he's great from long range. But we would have to wait and see because I think he's quite highly valued. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a punt in straight away for Farrell, see if we can get a deal going. I'd like to bring him in just to give me a bit more defensive stability. I think we've got a great, don't get me wrong, I've got Jung and I've got Stefano who can play right back. So I'm quite happy with my fullbacks. And I've got, I can't remember, Constant and obviously Bastian Obzipka who can play left back. So I'm quite happy with my defensive line. I think I actually need to add in the centre of park CDM. And that's where I need to add. I need to get a really solid one. Hence the obviously the looking at Leroy Fer, who I think could do a good job for us. Hopefully I could pick him up cheap. Or Marco, is it Hoga? I think he could do a good job for us as well. He looks a fantastic player. So a deal has been accepted. We've now just got to offer a contract. I think 2.9 million is a lot of money, but I think it's actually quite a good basis, to be honest. I think he's going to be worth that money. I think he will repay me with his performances. And as you can see, I did all the right things. Now, I took Jimenez off in the simulated match because I don't bother with friendlies. And we put Klads on. And Klads has now put himself out for 3 months. Jesus, give me a break. Give me some luck. You know, Klads hasn't scored for me. You know, he had a bad season. I've shown faith in him, and the boy goes and cripples himself before the second season starts, which is frustrating, shall we say. So, Andrew Farrell, at the end of the day, is the first signing for the new season, which I'm really chuffed with. I'm looking forward to using him in the right-back and centre-back position, and gives me a bit more depth and rotation defensively. Now, my dirty little secret, apart from Wijnaldum, has to be Wallison. Look, few people might be like, why the hell are you going for Wallison? I loved him in Bahia career mode. You know, our journey, we started off at Bahia. He was there on loan from Botafogo, and I absolutely loved and adored him. He was just an absolute revelation. He single-handedly got us to the mid-table finish. He was just absolutely so much fun to play with. And he's a player that I can rely on. I know what he's good at. I know that at the end of the day, I think if he comes into the Bundesliga, he's not going to score me, 20, 30 goals. He probably won't even score me double figures, but he'll do what I need him to do. And that's from his technical game. He's got the skill moves and he's got the pace to cause issues. And I think he'll probably do us better in European football. We'll have to wait and see, even if we can construct a deal, to be honest. I just like him. I just want to bring him in because I personally really, really do like him. So we're going to have a quick look at the remaining players. Now, these two are the CDMs I'm looking at the end of the day. Now, Leroy Fer, as you can see, he's got some great statistics. I can't lie, the boy's got some great statistics. But so has Marco. I hope it is Hoga because I'm going to be on holiday and I'm going to be pronouncing his name completely wrong. So I might just call him Marco. But yeah, you look at his short passing, look at his long passing statistics, and that's where it's key for me. That's where it's absolutely key. And also in the marking, that's where it's key. And ball control. So if you want to just quickly go back and look at his ball control, those four, I could have gone on and on and on with Marco because he just looks such a good player. He's young, he's German, he knows the Bundesliga inside out, and I feel that he could do us a good job. But I also like the look of Leroy Fer. He's got the engine, the capabilities, he can get better. So I'm really, really split between the two, if I'm honest. But I took a cheeky little punt for KPB. I wanted to see how much they wanted. 19 million euros. So even if I've thought about a deal, it would be like 15 million plus. And that would just be suicidal because I need to bring in a CDM, which hopefully is going to be one of these two lads. I'm going to put in a tentative offer. This is me just testing the waters. So Marco, I'm going to put in 10 million. Leroy Fer, I'm going to punt in a cheeky 7 million euros to Norwich just to see, how much they really want. And they come back and they say, basically, we want 9 million euros. That's actually quite a good deal. It sounds quite reasonable to me. So hopefully we can build upon that. But Botafogo basically keep telling me to go and do one. Now, I really enjoyed going to Botafogo because I love Brazil, as you know, Bahia. I love going back out to Brazil and talking to Wallace, and he's very eager to sign for the club. So I'm desperate to get a deal sorted out. I really am desperate to get a deal signed, sealed, and delivered. So hopefully we will do that in the coming days or weeks. So moving on, they want 11 million for Marco. 11 million. I'm going to put an 11 million bid. I'm sorry. His short passing, his long passing, his ball control, his marking makes him perfection for me personally. I firmly believe he is going to be an absolute revelation. If we can sign him, he might just tell me to do one and not want to come to the club, and we'll turn our attentions to Leroy Fer. But you won't find out until the next episode, so that should be quite interesting. Now, I'm going to totally admit this. I make a complete and utter error with this transfer. I'm not going to tell you if the transfer goes through or not, but young Mark, our 18-year-old Cam, I don't want to get rid of him. Why I put him in this deal, I still don't know why. But you will find out in the next episode if the deal goes through and if he stays at the club. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll catch you later.
I used to dream about cars and things, about being a star and things. I thought that